Hi, welcome to the Techlab, and we got something for you today. Today we're going to be unboxing the new Insta360 Pro 2 360-degree camera 8K. It's going to be pretty exciting. We've got a lot of projects lined up to use this, and it's just arrived literally 10 seconds ago. Let me show you what's in the box. So obviously nice plastic covering from the guys at IQ here to keep it nice and safe. Okay, this is a serious case for this camera. Pretty exciting. We can certainly expect a lot. But it has some sort of mechanism here for veto pressure valve, so for traveling in planes and things like that, it can actually self-regulate the pressure inside the box. This is our serial number. Pretty cool. Alright, let's see if we can open this thing. Okay, so obvious thing straight away. A couple little accessories in here. Looks like these are the antenna. And this is the USB-C charging cable. Type-C at one end, Type-A at the other end. This is the shoulder strap for when you want to carry around your camera with a shoulder strap, I guess. Let's have a look in here. Shoulder strap with some pretty heavy-duty mounts on there. Pretty exciting. So I imagine these mount to this case, probably not to the camera itself, so you can carry the case over your shoulder. Yep. Okay. Next up, we've got the documents, quick start guide, warranty, and lens cloth. I imagine the lens cloth is going to be pretty important when you see the number of lenses that are on it. So don't read my free details card. John's going to blur that out in post. That's the software we get. We get a 3-month license for some additional software. In the box guide, pretty standard stuff. We'll check everything here. As we go through, I'll do a tick checklist. Insta Pro 2 guide. Looks like it's in Chinese, Korean, German, the usual languages, French, Russian, it's new, and Spanish, and English, of course. Warranty card, which we would expect. Micro SD card stickers. This is actually pretty awesome because when you shoot on this thing, it's going to use a lot of space to record 8K video. So having stickers that you can put onto your SD cards, so you know the sequence of them, is really powerful. It's just a nice quality of life addition. Little cloth in here. Let's have a look how this feels. Yep, that feels really good. It's almost like a microfiber, but it's a super fine grained microfiber because, as you can imagine, lenses that are capturing resolution of 8K, even a small bit of detritus on there could be, it's branded as well. A small bit of detritus on a lens could lead to an impact in a virtual reality situation. Next up, we'll pull out the battery. Looks a bit tricky to get out here. There we go. So this is the Insta360 battery. You can buy battery kits. They were fairly expensive. We decided not to start with one. We'll see how we go. Looks like it's 7.6 volt, pretty standard stuff. 5100 milliamp. Yeah. And they reckon we can run the camera for about an hour and a half on that. So that should be pretty good. Next up, the AC cable. I'll bet it looks like an AC cable. Cable cord. Standard GPO connection. It's nice that it came with the Australian connector because we ordered it in from overseas, obviously, and it's a nice short one, which is good. So it means you can just add your own length as you need to. Okay, the adapter. Standard adapter to go with the kettle cord. So we can power this off mains power, which means we can set it up and run it for days at a time if we want to, which is really cool. As long as we have enough SD card storage to store the stuff. But I'll get to the trick behind that in a second. Pretty standard 1.4 amp. Okay. Down the bottom here, so yes, we will run out of SD cards, but this has 2 things in it. One is this, which is a USB to Ethernet, and one is this, an Ethernet cable. So the camera has Ethernet on board, so we can wire it straight into the network and stream to anywhere, including the internet 24/7 in the Techlab, which we might start to do as long as we can hide all the private data on our screens. Okay, now the big bad boy. How's the easiest way to get it out here? It's got this rubberized seal on here for transport, so that even the foam doesn't get onto the seals. I don't know how I'm going to get it out of there. It's going to be insane. I want to be real careful with it. I'll just grab it by the rubber. It's coming. Oh, it feels like it's going to pop out real rough. I'm really quite scared of a, $7,000 US camera. that I could drop on his head. Okay, and there it is. A little bit of protective coating across the top there. Okay, and then the rubberized seal here. So you could leave this on, but look at that. Oh, it's such a nice feel to it. It feels like the top of like a keep cup. The rubber you get on top of the high quality keep cups. Yeah, and here is the camera. Weighs a lot. It's about, I don't know, 3 kilos? It feels quite heavy. It feels quite heavy. It feels like it weighs a few kilos. I'll check the actual settings later. USB here, AP tag there, which I'm not sure what that's for. Obviously a mount on the top, as well as a mount on the bottom. You can also see all the connectors here, the DC in, 3 SD cards online, the LAN connector, and a USB-C output. No, is that a regular USB or a HDMI output? I think that's a micro HDMI output. We can run that to a HDMI device. Then on the other side, you have the reset function, 3 more SD cards, as well as a reset switch, a microphone line, so we can run smart microphones to this, a regular USB, and a Type-C USB. So really, pretty much every setting you can imagine. If you count the lenses around there, we'll start at the power button, the settings button, and the reset button, and go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all capable of doing 4K on their own and automatically stitching on camera, which is pretty crazy. It also has bi-directional audio that it detects here, and another USB port up there. In this next box is our live radio. So this is a radio kit for the Insta Pro. This allows us to transmit the signal wirelessly over 1.5 miles. I'm not sure what that is in kilometers, but I can do a quick check in my head. That's about 2.3, 2.4 kilometers. So the key thing is here is if we use this in things like agriculture, if we use this in things like geology or geography, when we film these things, we don't want to physically be in the shot. There's a great joke with all the shots we filmed last year. If you've seen them, I'm always in shot somewhere, hidden in the background, ducking under a bench or ducking behind a curtain. We won't have to do those sorts of things anymore. Now we'll be able to broadcast live that whole distance. This works on Mac, Windows, Android, and iOS. Okay. It's beautifully made, and here is the actual radio component. See there, it has its own tripod mount if you wanted to, as well as space for those antennas that we saw before. So this increases the range of the Insta Pro by a significant amount. We can also wire this into its own DC power or into a network. And then here, okay, the mount for your phone, your tablet, whatever it is you want to connect it to, sits in here. Yeah, so it's a stretchy little thing there, and we can adjust that to be any size of device. In it goes, and now we can broadcast to that device directly via this USB port here. Under here, all the bits and pieces. Okay, mounting clip. Let's have a look in here. Okay. Wow, it's pretty heavy duty. That's a serious mount. This is handlebar mount, tripod mount, whatever you want to mount it to, some giant thing. I think I might take it for a ride on my bike with that sort of mount. Looks pretty good, right? All the movement parts feel pretty nice. Good tightness to it. Very simple, mechanism there, and you can do like 2-directional locking on that. It's good. More power adapters because we don't have enough bits and pieces here. Once again, if we have it wired up to mains power, we can run the radio on mains power as well. It has a little adapter as well. Looking at that. So these are both AC adapters. This one's 5 volt 3 amp. This one's 5 volt 3 amp. We've actually got 2 of them. I'm wondering if it needs to. Moving straight along, here's the quick start guide. Here's how to set it up. Essentially you mount the antennas on top of the thing. Pretty good diagram there. Then off you go. Looks pretty good. I think it's giving you an extra power adapter for each end, so one for the transmitter and one for the receiver, which makes sense. It also includes a warranty card for the Farsight, which is good. DC cable ×2. Oh, looks like it's a USB DC cable, so you could actually power this off a USB on your laptop if you had it wired back to your laptop. Yeah, obviously a second Ethernet cable. Yeah, so that you can do the base station on Ethernet as well. Very short one, very flat, very nice. And 4 more antennas. Looks like they come out in a nice little tray. And that's the 2 on the main end and 2 on the far end of the transmitter and the receiver. Micro USB to Type-C USB, okay? So the device, the transmitter radio uses micro USB. So they've included Type-C adapter. They've included a second Type-C adapter, okay? They've included micro USB to micro USB. So if you're using your Android phone and you have a modern Android phone that uses USB-C, you're covered with this one. This is that one, the USB-C version, and this one, if you have an older version, micro USB to micro USB. 2 cables, 1 for each end, once again. Oh, there it is. And lightning, micro USB to lightning. So no matter what device you have, you can wire it up to this and the cable is included. You don't have to go looking for cables for your device. I don't think I can think of a phone interface that isn't one of those 3, or a tablet interface for that matter that isn't one of those 3, so I think we're in good shape. What we'll do is we'll lay all this out and get a final shot, but thanks for watching. We're pretty excited to get it running. I think tomorrow John will set it up and take a little shot and we'll see how it all works out.